Friday the 14th of April 2023. I wanted to say 13 again. I think I just like the number 13. Do I look tired? I am tired. I mean, I don't know how much sleep I've had. I've not checked. I had this dream. I would say last night, but it was this morning because I woke up. But then again, I could have had it and been asleep hours afterwards. No, I don't think that's true, but in this dream, I was in the dream and Madonna was in it, but she didn't look like Madonna, but Madonna don't like Madonna anymore anyway. And it was really weird. And I don't know where I was with Madonna, because my mind's clearly not right at the moment because of how I'm feeling. And I'm sure Madonna turned into someone else, but anyway, Madonna practically is someone else these days. And Madonna cuddled up to me and held my hand. Anyway, I woke up to find my dog was cuddled up to me. So that's what I must have felt in my dream. I must have felt her get on the bed. And cuddle up to me, because she actually went to the side she doesn't go to. And I remember like thinking, oh God, the dog's there, I need to go back to sleep. Is she going to let me go back to sleep? And she did, but I don't know how long I was asleep for, because I went to move in my sleep and she was there and I was like, oh God, the dog's there, I can't move. So I fell back to sleep again, but again, I don't know how long I was asleep for, because I might be asleep for 30 seconds and wake up and think I've been asleep 20 minutes. You don't know, do you, unless you look at the time before you fall asleep. But I didn't. I wasn't in a awake enough state to think, oh, what time is it? But then I woke up and I think she realised, but I always pretend I'm asleep in hopes that she might let me have more sleep. And then she came to the... Where did she go? Oh no, she stayed on the side that she doesn't normally go to, and like practically sat on my leg with her back to me, which is a husky thing. And that was that. I was awake for the day. I got out much later than I planned because there was an issue with something, and every time I tried to resolve this issue, not going to say what it is, it wouldn't do what I wanted it to do, and I was like doing it for a good 15 minutes, so I came out 20-ish minutes late, maybe a bit longer. I did hope to be out like nearly an hour by this point. Probably been here about 15 minutes now, because I made a phone call, which I didn't do the thing that I normally do, because I'm not on my normal filming phone because it's full again. I get some off and fill it up again. Can't win with this other phone. All I've had is a crumpet because there's nothing really in. I mean, there might be some cereal in the cupboard or porridge. I could have had a porridge. I got sachets, I could have done one of them. And I've got a banging headache. All I had was a vitamin. Do you know those effervescents? They're meant to be Barocca, but they're Aldi's own. I'm sure I've got some Barocca somewhere. And I was like, I love that because I can't have a big drink because I hope to go out in about an hour's time. It was an hour and 20 later, but I couldn't have a big drink because I like to have my last drink at least an hour before I go out, longer if possible, so then I don't need a wee, but I do most of the time. Anyway, I'd put about that much water in and drank that, and that's all I've had to drink, and now I'm drinking some of this. But my head's banging. And by the way, I woke up in the middle, well, what would you call the middle of the night? To me, I'd call the middle of the night like 3, 4 in the morning, maybe 3. I woke up at 5:30. It was either 20 past 5 or 5:30 in excruciating pain. I was like, oh God. And I laid in the same position for a little while thinking, oh God, just fall back to sleep. Like, and sometimes I can fall back to sleep when I'm in pain, it just depends. And I couldn't get back to sleep, so then I moved, and then the pain went slightly, and I mean only slightly, and after a little bit while longer I thought I'm just gonna have to get up and get some painkillers, because it was like a, do you know what, it weren't a 10 out of 10, but do you know, there's some areas where I would get pain and class it as a 6 out of 10, In other areas I'd class the same pain as an 8 out of 10. In other areas I'd class it as a 4 out of 10. It just depends where the pain is, but I would class it probably an 8 out of 10 for what it is, what the pain was, but it was bordering going up. So I went downstairs, took 2 Panadol, 2 Nurofen. I opened one of my fake Lucozade sports drinks and had about 10 mouthfuls of that and a couple mouthfuls of water to get rid of the taste, because I've decided the Aldi one's my least favourite, and it's the Aldi one because it's the only one I've got, because I've drank them all apparently. Went back to bed, and I was still awake at 6. Was it 5:30 or 4:30? At 6. I was like, oh God, I'm not going to get much sleep, but I did fall back to sleep, and I woke up not in pain, but then the pain started up a little bit, so I took painkillers at 9, and the pain a couple of hours later is resurfacing, and I'm not going to take any painkillers. I feel like I'd feel better if I had more food in my stomach. Like, I know I'm hungry because yesterday I don't know if this video went up, because obviously I'm missing a food haul because I accidentally deleted it and deleted the unboxings or the unpackings. I mean, I don't know what I was actually thinking. Anyway, I bought this. I think this video would have gone up if you watched my food hauls. I bought this packet that was Knorr, and it was like a bolognese, pasta bolognese thing, and then there was a carbonara one which is for my dad. Anyway, yesterday I was like, I don't know what to have to eat. All I've got is some vegan sausages. Like, there's vegetables and stuff, there's rices and stuff in the cupboard, but you know when you're just like, I don't know what I want, like. And I was like looking through the cupboards, and then I was like, oh, I've got this bolognese pasta thing, I'll make that. And I didn't have high hopes for it, like it's $1.50. I think it was 2 for £2 on the day, and that's why I got the second one for my dad, because I thought, well, that's definitely worth getting them just to try. And I know my dad will like the one I've got in, because he'll probably eat most things. And I made it, and I was actually impressed by it. It did actually have beef in it, because I thought, is it beef flavour or does it actually have beef in it? But I read the ingredients. It weren't, I think it was like 2% beef or something, but it did have beef in it. And it was so filling. Like, I had 2/3 of the packet. It did say it served 2, but I think that was as like a lunch with something with it. But I ate 2/3, and like I was really full on 2/3, and I didn't have any like meal last night. Like, I had that like 3:30, 4 o'clock anyway, but I'd not had lunch or anything, because I tried to have my main meal in the afternoon and then something lighter in the evening. And if possible, it doesn't always work out like that. Like, sometimes I have my lunch and then my main meal in the evening, but I enjoyed it. It wasn't like 10 out of 10 or anything, but for what it was, like in a packet, freeze dried and like whatever, I'd give it a good 8.5, 9 out of 10 for what it was. Like, I wouldn't compare it towards a normal spaghetti bolognese, but for a packet thing, it was really tasty. Now, if I did have the stomach capacity to eat the full one, I think the taste would get to me if I ate the full amount. So I would recommend it. I am going to try and remember to go down the aisle in Asda today, and if it's still 2 for £2, I'm going to get that one and a different one. I don't think there was much choice. I think I think there was 2 others and both had cheese in. So if that's the case, I'll just get 2 of the bolognese ones, because they're handy to have in the cupboard. Like, I'd bought it a few weeks ago, and obviously I've not had it until now. It is actually pouring it down. I'm prolonging going out the car. My head is hurting and I'm tired. I might perk up a bit when I've had food, and it's actually dangerous coming shopping when I'm hungry, because I'll just buy stuff that I wouldn't normally buy. I don't know when this video is going to go up. Oh, it'll go up after this week's food haul that you should see, because I've already put that up and scheduled it. I didn't want to delete it. I've still not done anything about the unboxing videos, whether or not, or unpacking videos, whether or not they'll go up or not, I don't know. But I bought Cadbury's salted caramel chocolate bar and the giant buttons. Oh my god. The buttons are nicer. By the way, I do freeze my chocolate and then it melts in your mouth. It don't go rock hard or anything, it's just nice and cold. The giant buttons, 10 out of 10. The chocolate bar, 10 out of 10. But I do prefer the buttons. They just taste slightly better. So we'll be getting, I'm not going to get both because obviously this week I've had a lot of chocolate. I've had the buttons, which didn't last long, the chocolate bar, which I think I finished Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was Wednesday. I had the white chocolate bar that I got at B&M, hopefully that hole's gone up. I've had 2 mini egg Easter eggs, the mini eggs that were inside, a twirl Easter egg and a twirl bar. I also had the pack of 5 Cadbury's, those salted caramel bars that I've been getting, 5 of those chocolate biscuit bars that I've been getting. So I've had a lot of chocolate this week, so there's gonna have to be a cut somewhere. So if I do, obviously I won't get the twirls if I get the chocolate bar. I think I'm either gonna get the giant buttons or the chocolate bar, those nugget bars by Cadbury's, and I will get my biscuits. I mean, that's still quite a lot of chocolate, but who cares, I don't. I'm actually outside Tesco. I'm actually about very close to running out of diesel as well. Oh well. I'm actually going to go petrol station at Tesco because I'm here and I don't think my car will get to the normal petrol station. Because the petrol light came on yesterday when I was driving to where I walked the dog from yesterday. Then I sat in the car with the engine on. Then I drove home. And then I drove here and I've been sat here for like 20 minutes. So I thought I'd come to Tesco. I'm going to get a basket as much as I want a trolley. I'm going to get a basket. Because I want to see what I can get in here. Should I get a little trolley? Because even if I only got like 6 items, I'd look silly with a trolley though. But what if I get a basket and I get something that's big and heavy? I don't know what to do. Just saw someone who reminds me of someone. Who wasn't very nice to me. And for the life of me, I can't remember the second name. But I knew it. Don't that do you ready when you can't think of someone's name? God, everything's covered in fur because the dog's in proper full throwing a coat off mode. Like proper, she's going for it now. Should I take a bag in? Yeah, because I don't want to buy one. I'm still debating a basket or a trolley. Like, it's not raining. I'd say Tesco was a fail-ish. I thought, because I keep seeing people like do food hauls and like they've got club card deals and they've got some really good looking things. I was like, oh, maybe I can pick up a few club card deals. By the way, I did get a trolley and there wasn't that much. Like, I didn't go in every section. Like, I missed the fruit and veg section. There was a good deal if you like Oasis, the big bottles, it's 3 for £3. They have these summer fruit ones, which is the best, and that not tropical, like citrus one. And I was tempted to get 3 bottles of the summer fruits, which I should have done. But, do you know what, I should have done that, but never mind. I got hay fever tablets. I got Claritin that are normally £6. They were like £3.50ish on Club Card, but it's only 2 weeks supply. Because I feel like I keep getting this like headache, blocked nose thing, so I keep having to take, what are they called? Because they didn't have any. I tried to get some Sudafed, just the normal ones, like in the blue box, without the ones that are not for cold, just for like decongestion. Keep taking one a day. Sometimes I have to take 2, but like I took one this morning because my hay fever tablets went out yesterday. But I've been taking hay fever tablets the whole time. This man was just being like totally aggressive with his wife, mistress, girlfriend. He grabbed hold of her hand and he was holding it, but you could tell by the way she was holding his hand, she wasn't actually holding it, and she was trying to pull away but not be obvious. And then he saw me stirring and he let go of her hand. What else did I get on Club Card? It's starting to rain again now. Can't remember what else I got on Club Card. Oh, Pizza Express pizzas, do you know the small ones? Apparently they're normally £5.50, or was it £6? I'm thinking who would pay that for a small one, and then I think they were £3.25 on offer. So I got one for me, one for my dad. One of those days for seeing people who remind you of people, because they look very similar. I mean, that was spooky. So basically, do you know the bags that I take in? I'm gonna run out of bags open. These ones. Didn't even fill one, and before I put my Club Card on, it was £55. And do you know when you're like, what the hell, like anyone would think I've just bought loads of steak or something? A lot of steak. And then it came down to 36, but I still think for the amount that's in the bag, that was a lot. I can't remember what I got. I know I've got 2 meals for my dad and 1 for me, and he's got chicken in the freezer that he's going to get took out, because that's 2 meals. So do we get him 2 more or 3? Because sometimes he doesn't have 7 meals at home, but the week that I probably choose to get him 6 in total, he'll probably want 7. I've still got some vegan sausages which I am going to freeze, which I'll use for at least 1 meal this week. So I've only got 2 meals, so I need to get 5. I know I need tuna. But I don't know what I want. I'm at Aldi now. I got my diesel at Tesco because I don't think I would have got all the way to Aldi. Literally, I don't think I would have got much further than outside Tesco car park. It was that desperate because I didn't put any in last week. And in case I've not put the video up where I talk about it, I went to a petrol station, and on all the pumps, which I didn't realise at first, I'm like, why is these pieces of paper on all the pumps? It said cash only. Now, me not being in the right frame of mind at the moment, totally forgot that all petrol stations that I know of, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, they'll have cash machines. I don't think I've ever been to one that doesn't. And I didn't think, oh, go and get some cash out the machine. I was like, oh right, I'll just get some in the week, and I haven't done. So the petrol light came on, or the diesel light, the light came on yesterday, and I believe when that light does come on, I think there's 20 miles, and I've sat in my car loads of times with the engine running, and it was lowest, the thing was lower than I've ever seen it, so I was like, there's no way I'm going to risk it going all the way to Aldi. And also there's no petrol station at Aldi, so. And then I get to as the Tesco petrol station, and I know that the pumps can reach across, but I couldn't be bothered, so I just pulled in behind someone who was putting petrol in who didn't have anyone in front of them. So I thought when they put the petrol in, they might pull forward rather than make me wait, because there's some people who go in the shop, and I swear they're doing the weekly shop, they're that long. So I could tell by when she didn't move forward, even though she'd seen me sat there, I knew she was going to be ages in that shop. So because there was no one in the pumps on the other side, I went round her and went in front of her, thinking that if she comes out before I've gone, she'll just reverse and go around me, because no one went to those pumps. So I always pay at pump unless it's a petrol station that it doesn't do pay at pump, or some petrol stations don't always have pay at pump on every pump. I don't know why, but anyway, Tesco have it on every pump now. They never used to. There were some that you had to go in. Anyway, I'm there and I scan my club card. Do you know what? I don't think I've been to Tesco this year. I think the last time I went was when I went at Christmas, and I'd not been for months then. I just don't think to go, but I thought I might be able to get some good deals on club card. But the Tesco and Asda in our town, well, I don't shop in the town that I live in, but my town's twinned with another town, so it's classed as the same town. They're not big shops, they're just normal supermarket size. They're not like Express or anything like that, but they're not superstores. Like the nearest Tesco superstore's probably Preston. Do they have one at Bolton? Do they have one at Accrington? Anyway, I wouldn't go to Accrington. But like Asda, Accrington is a superstore, so if I want to go to a superstore, I mean, I don't want to go to Accrington, I don't want to bump into anyone from my mum's family. I mean, guess where they live? Well, some of them do. Anyway, would they freeloaders go to Asda? I don't know if they go to Asda. Anyway, but yeah, the Tesco's like not a superstore, so there's not got the biggest range in there. I used to go to, actually years and years ago we used to shop in Asda Accrington, because Asda Blackburn is not very big, and it's not tiny, don't get me wrong, but it's not a superstore. And then we used to go to another superstore in another town, and I've not been there in years. I might do it one week just to be different. Anyway, I should go in the shop. But anyway, I was at the petrol pump. This is what I mean, like my head's just all over the place. And scanned my card, and then I put my bank card in, and it said please wait, and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. The thing never popped up to put the password in, PIN number, and I was trying to cancel it, and I'm pressing the cancel button, took my card out, it still didn't cancel it, so I put it back in, then I'm pressing cancel like a billion times. Oh, do you know when she come back to a car, most people walk down the middle, she come pushing past me, past where I was parked, so I knew straight away she weren't happy that I'd pulled in front of her. But I'd been stood at the pump a couple of minutes by then, because the card reader just wasn't reading my card for some reason. And if I hadn't had that issue, I probably would have put my diesel in and would have been getting back in my car. She come storming past me, pushed into me, and do you know what, I wasn't in the mood, but I didn't actually say anything. I was tempted to. I was just like, I'm not even in the mood. And someone's getting out of the car next to me. And I eventually managed to cancel the transaction, So then I had to go through it again, scan the cool card, put my bank card in, and she had someone in her car, which I didn't realise at the time. She started slagging me off. She started to say that I was out of order pulling in front of her, and I'm thinking, I've been at the petrol station and I've pulled in behind someone and started to put petrol in, and that person's gone. Then someone's come behind me and they've gone round me and gone in front of me. I've not moaned, I've not done anything, I've not complained. If I've finished before they've finished and I've paid at the pump, if I can get round them, I have done. If not, I've waited. Obviously someone's not going to sit behind me when there's a pump available. And she kept on about me, and I'm thinking, what is your issue? I'm literally putting diesel in. If you would have pulled forwards and let me just go on the pump, you know, I wouldn't have gone in front of you. There's no, like, it's nobody, I'm not broken the law or anything. She just really got under my skin. I don't feel great, like mental health, like health aside. Physically I'm in a lot of pain, like the pain has flared up, like, and I'm really uncomfortable with this pain. I can actually technically take painkillers now. I mean, this shopping's taking ages because I'm just talking, and I just don't want to get out of the car, that's why I'm talking. But, like, you know, there's been times, right, when I've been literally stuck because this person in front of me has gone in the shop and they're practically doing a weekly shop. People are queuing behind me, there's people in the pumps next to me, so I can't pull round, and I've been sat there for like 5-10 minutes because I can't go anywhere because the person in front is literally in the shop doing the weekly shop. So the fact that she had to sit there and wait 2 minutes, like, what's the problem? I literally got straight in the car, put the seatbelt on and set off, whereas most people would do all sorts of stuff and mess around, and I didn't because she was bloody revving her engine. You know, if you can see someone behind you, just pull in the pump ahead of you. I'm not going to sit there. And she was ages in the shop, and the only reason, like, I wasn't finished was because that card machine wasn't loading. Like, there's been times where it does take 30 seconds to come up, and that's why I waited. And I thought maybe because there's other people on the other pumps and they're paying by card, it might be why it's taken a while. But then it wouldn't cancel for ages, so, you know, have patience. And also, if there's no one in front of you, just pull forward. I do. If I was going to go and pay in the shop, I would pull forward. And she could have easily either backed out or gone round me. I'm going to have to go in the shop, and I don't want to. These are my last 2 big bags. I've got an Asda bag, an Aldi bag. Oh, I've got another one. Got an Aldi, an Asda, a B&M carrier bag, and an Asda carrier bag. My dad's now got 4 meals, so he needs 2 to 3. He's gonna have burgers. Oh, there was a meal that I wanted to do. Right, I'm going off to get the recipe.